All right, I want to give you a quick intro on the different smorgasbord options for this Unit 2A. So let's take a look at them today. So first option is really just a scavenger hunt where it has multi-step equations scattered around the room, or you can use the ones online if you don't want to get up and move. But what you simply do is you solve each equation. There's a piece of paper that you show your work on. Solve each equation. It will lead you to one of these answers, and yes, it can be fractions or decimals. And it will lead you to the next station. It doesn't matter where you start. You can start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through 10. And it will put you in the right order as long as you keep going the right direction. As you go, it's kind of self-checking. If you end up back where you were before you get through all 10, you made a mistake. If you get stuck, feel free to reach out and ask, and I'm happy to help you walk through the problem. All right, the next part is called Battle My Ship. Well, my math ship. So this one is really a game that you can play with a partner. Make sure you set up across just so you have some space. So the first thing you do is you make sure that you get the right game board. So I've copied 5 different sets. If you're online, I've only got 1 set available for you to play with, but I've copied all 5 sets for our in-person class. Make sure you get 1A and your player gets 2A. 1B, 2B, and so on and so forth, so that you get the right papers. Okay, it's played really similar to the way you play Battleship. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a minute and mark on the top of the grid. So there's 2 sheets, and you'll see it in just a second. An X by drawing your ship. Okay, so you go ahead and mark out about 10 ships. Okay, and then the second one is you're going to then start playing your opponent. Okay. Each player calls out a letter and a number, identifies the calling role, and you can kind of see what it means. So I'll show you what I mean. So up here, so this is your opponent's card up here. Okay, so this is the opponent's card. Okay, that's the answers to their questions. So you're going to start by just matching. Okay, I'm going to pick B2. That's one of mine. This is my other ship. It can just be 10 random locations. It doesn't have to be in a straight line. Okay, so you pick in all yours. And then these are the equations that correspond to your opponent's card up here. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and then go, oh, okay. I'm going to say solve A2. And you'd solve that question. You call out the answer, and your opponent will either say hit or miss. The person that sinks the most battleships after 12 questions is considered the winner. Okay, so pretty simple game, but it's a game you can play with a friend and see kind of enjoy having fun talking as well as working at the same time. Okay, your next assignment is the algebraic proofs and properties practice. So this is pretty simple. You're going to practice solving and writing out the proofs. Okay, we'll just let you write given here at the very top instead of having to rewrite the entire problem. I'm perfectly fine. You would just type it. We'll put the word given at the very top of each one just so you have the information. Then you'd solve each problem down. If you just want a quick review, this is one of the ways you can take a look at it. You can solve this top section, but you don't have to do this section of the proof. It was just to give you an idea of kind of what we're looking at. A little review of the properties. And then the second half of this assignment, let me jump to it. Thought I had them in the right order, but is the properties practice. You'll see that right next to it. It's just a list of all the different properties available, and you need to practice that. Those are considered one assignment. Proof and properties is one smorgasbord. Okay, and the last one is whodunit. So it's all about the absolute value equations. So you can just kind of see it's just a fun little murder mystery kind of thing. You have 10 problems. As you go through the clues, you'll mark out who did what and who did where. There will be 3 blocks left unchecked. You'll figure out who it is. So just like you did on the previous scavenger hunt, you'd solve this problem. So you would go over here and subtract 9 from both sides and say the absolute value of x is this. Don't forget this plus minus sign just means the positive and negative answer is available. So you would say, okay, if this was my answer, then the victim did not get marked by electrocution. So I'm going to go ahead and mark they did not die by electrocution. Darn. Okay, so I know that's one way he did not die. And I keep going until I solve all my equated things. And you can go in any order on these clues, but you make sure you go to a clue that no one else is at. 4 of the clues happen to be right outside my door, but you kind of get an idea as you look at it. So these are your different smorgasbord ideas. The one option that we don't have is the algebraic proportions, because you guys did so well on that. I didn't offer extra practice on that. All right, so that gives you guys what's going on. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask. I'm happy to help.